So you stumbled upon our podcast. Hope you got your lighter. Sup, I'm Lotta Locks, and this is my guest.
I'm Ahnya.
You might have met her before, or heard of her before, because she was on episode 1 of Functional Potheads. And I had to bring her back because we got a new studio, new location, and we got the tea, or she's got the tea.
I got the tea.
Mm-hmm. So what you smoking on?
This morning I took 3 dabs of Diesel Tide by Volcana. It's some really good shit. If you want to be alert and awake, it's real nice.
Okay.
What you smoking?
When we came in here, we just blew down some Influescence Peaches and Cream, one of their pre-rolls. Not a bad one at all, just to get it was tasty, just to get the show started. But today on the show, we will be smoking some Cake Crasher, which is a cross between Wedding Cake and Purple Punch, then recrossed with Wedding Cake again, I think. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah, by Rocket Cannabis. It smells nice. It looks nice. And we're gonna be smoking out of a lovely glass piece here because we haven't done that on the show yet. So why not, right?
Oh, I hate greens.
Greens. There's some hemp quick for you. So, how has weed helped you lately or recently?
That's a wonderful question. How has weed helped me lately?
Everyone does that. Everyone does that when I ask them this question.
How has it not helped me lately?
Yes, but like if you had to like think in the last 24 hours, what did weed help you get through? And you know what I mean? Like I just want to make sure that people who smoke it every day get a greater appreciation. Like check into why weed is helping you and why you're smoking.
You're right. So yesterday I hosted Noirs, which is the monthly POC show, drag show that I co-host. I had just got a stressful text message before I started, like in the midst of gluing down my eyebrows. So right when you start doing the makeup. And so I'm not supposed to be drinking for Lent. But I was like, so I'm going to be drinking. But I also smoked hella, and it really took away that anxiety that I had and allowed me to be fully into the show. So yeah, that's how it helped me recently.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I understand taking a break from alcohol. I can't say that I've purposely taken a break from alcohol. Sorry. Recently, I just don't do it as often because I enjoy cannabis and I don't like the effects of the hangover. So it's like I'm just high again tomorrow if I'm still high, you know? Like there's no stress with weed. When I'm done smoking it, it's gonna end. And if it's inedible, then I'm gonna go to sleep and eventually it'll end. Whereas alcohol, you could have some after effects for the whole next 24 hours.
I like being crossfaded a little too much.
Yeah, crossfaded is nice.
It's like real fun time.
I just have to have like things to do. Crossfaded is nice when I plan to be active.
Oh yeah. Having done 9 drag shows this month, I'm pretty much always crossfaded when I perform. So I was supposed to see if I could just do a show high. That didn't happen though. Because again, like I told the audience, you could have a good show or I could be sober. Which one do you want? And they're like, we want a good show. And I was like, yay, I'm so happy. Everyone values their entertainment over my mental health. That's good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Damn.
Everyone's just saying in the audience too. And I was like, no, it's totally fine. It's good. It's great. It's great. We're at a drag show. That's what we're here for.
Honesty, truth, and love.
What about you?
For how weed has helped me recently, I would say 2 things. Just successfully had the first event. So weed has helped me because it definitely has connected all my business, the things that I like to do, the things I like to have fun doing, and connected it with like a real life business opportunity. Right. So that's first and foremost how it helped me. But secondly, my dog has been going through some health issues. Like he needs surgery, and that shit isn't cheap. And so while I'm saving and getting him to, getting things right, for him to have this major operation, I am giving him CBD because I was gifted some. So I like researched it a bit and I've been giving it to him for the last, I'd say almost 2 months now. And I think he's way more comfortable. I've just been watching him and how he interacts, and he was definitely disturbed, and just it has taken some of the pressure off because I was panicking like I need surgery now because he seemed so uncomfortable, and now he's relaxed and he's a bit better with dealing with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So weed has helped, both sides of my life in so many ways.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So I brought you back on the show because being that you are, I would say, a bud tender, like not for Butler and
for sure.
what's going on, and you have this experience, you can attest and speak towards I've seen things online, the issues that are going on in the Washington cannabis industry, specifically dealing with bud tenders. Kind of just jump in and tell us about how you feel about it, what's going on, what's the drama, because if you're paying attention to them little Instagram and Twitter fingers, shit's popping.
Yeah, there is a bunch of drama happening. So essentially there's, I want to say, 3 bills that are being discussed, or that were being discussed in Washington Senate in Olympia a couple weeks ago. And one of the ones was no concentrates over 10%. That's obviously very stupid.
And we talked on the last show how that was already shut down. But we think it's going to be back.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Because they're going to keep trying. Because I think I've heard something about they're trying to limit medical weed to like 2% in another state, which is crazy.
Florida's working on the 10% limiting bill in a couple other states. Yeah, it makes no sense.
I can get more of a fact chewing bubblegum. Just regular Hubba Bubba. So you figure that out.
Yeah.
I believe another one was something to do with like outside money coming into the state, which again is kind of like out of my wheelhouse as far as what truly concerns my girl gas at this point in my life.
Like basically, I think it was having outside corporations invest money in the Washington state market. That's what that bill was about.
Which would kind of push out small business owners and just make
here locally.
Weird, yeah.
Like it isn't already happening.
Right. But the major one that a lot of the industry workers care about was the union bill, essentially. It's like a point system, and businesses have to have a certain amount of points, and if they don't have these points, they can't renew their license. And business owners are like, this is gonna cause us to close, our employees are happy, yada, 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 yada. And though I can't say I know all the particulars of it, let me just preface that. I will say that the cannabis workers do deserve a union. They deserve an option to have a union if that's what they as the workers want, And you shouldn't be in business if you can't afford to pay your workers a living wage. That's just how I feel. I saw a lot of gripage from owners saying, well, having to pay people this amount of money would just put us under. It's like, maybe you shouldn't be in business.
Yeah, you should realize this is going to scale up. Like,
people shouldn't have to sacrifice their livelihood for you to achieve yours. So
ever in any industry
at all. And so that's a huge concern that I have, just seeing a bunch of owners complain about not wanting their workers to unionize, not even allowing them to have that option, complaining about having to pay them living wages. It's like, okay, I see y'all.
Yeah,
we see y'all. Why is that an issue for you?
So it is hilarious to me that like American companies, and in many industries, because I went through the struggle of working at a specialty veterinary center where the technician staff was trying to get them to unionize, and the response to that struggle was very similar. And they've made it very difficult. So I sympathize with the cannabis industry with what they're doing, and it's hilarious to me that like Washington is a place where unions are prevalent in many industries. So like, why wouldn't you want to be leading the charge towards unionizing your industry? And Canada's like, yeah, we got you. I believe 2 different locations of this one pot shop in Victoria have just unionized for their workers. So they joined the United Food and Commercial Workers Union from Clarity Cannabis Retail. So it's a step in the right direction, because as Eric said on, I think, the second episode, he was saying that there's no 401k or retirement plan or any of those benefits. So then how is this a lasting career for anyone in this industry.
Right, you have to be an owner.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, that's not.
For you to be an owner, you need to amass capital. But how can you amass capital when you're working for a job that doesn't even pay you for insurance?
A livable wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally feel that. And, shout out to Have a Heart, because they have a union. They unionized over a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I got dealt with my bullshit with Ike's last year, and I went down to Olympia to speak about workers' rights, I said what I said.
Because remember on the first episode you said you were going to talk about it. And then
so the thing with that is like, I feel how I feel about Ike's, and like if it's
a lot of
really
people feel how they feel
and
about
if it's
Ike's.
really needed to like be discussed in detail, like it can be, but like I've talked about it before on my Insta and on my Facebook, and I'm just kind of like in a place where I like don't give a shit, you know? Like it's like, you're shitty, everyone knows you're shitty, you're like, it just is what it is. Like, and there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if I hear someone ask about a pot shop, I'm not going to direct them to your shop. But I'm also not going to like go out of my way to like, bash them because I don't give a shit.
It's giving you unnecessary publicity.
But I will say,
don't go there.
Right.
If you look like us.
Just don't. But I will say, when I went down to Olympia to speak on workers' rights, they were in the room, and I happened to speak right after them and said what I said, and I believe that was Monday. By Thursday, I had express mail from a lawyer saying I was lying and saying that what happened to me didn't actually happen and that I didn't feel scared. How are you going to tell somebody how they feel? Just all different sorts of levels of intimidation that just very much made me feel like he thought I was just some stupid black bitch who doesn't realize like how laws work.
Yeah, like you have no understanding
and what anti-slap is and all sorts of shit. So it was just very telling of that sort of character, and it's just very telling of people who are against workers' rights. It's like, why? Why do you want to keep us down?
Yeah.
It feels very proletariat bourgeoisie. I don't want to get Karl Marx and communist all up in this bitch, but it's just how it feels.
Steve.
It's just very Animal Farm, and you are the pigs,
I do know.
Took it back all the way to
You did. That was a literary lesson on the ass. A little historical and pow pow.
I don't know what y'all education was like up here in the PNW, but down south.
You had to learn that shit. Cause
I've read the book twice, 2 different reading lists in 2 different schools, and I watched the movie. I believe I read it for the first time middle school in Texas. So probably 7th or 8th grade.
That's a very shittily roll.
It's better than I could ever do. I can't roll joints. I roll blunts. I got my fingers ain't delicate.
My fingers are like, okay, now stick me in your pockets, please. You did too much, and I think it's too airy. I didn't have a grinder, but the weed wasn't too bad, so anyway.
The weed is a problem.
Yeah.
I might have to stay.
Yeah, it's okay. Off of that, I found this new study that they're doing in like equines, but horses, and for people that don't know what equine is, where they are working towards figuring out CBD's effects on animals and potentially using it in like livestock after this passes. So incorporating it in their feed. It has already been going down undercover in Texas. But now that Texas passed hemp laws, like the universities are now doing some studies about it. Okay. So it's still in very preliminary stages, but I think it's awesome because they're trying to reduce the stress factor on these kind of animals, and what they've been doing besides like giving them pastures to run, they've also been giving them sedatives. And so if we can get rid of the sedative situation and just add CBD to their feed, then this experience, especially if they're going on shows or whatever, if they're being transported, could be a little bit more pleasant for the animals. And so I thought that shit was dope.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can totally believe that. My dog, Biggie is less than 5 pounds.
You Biggie? No, I haven't met Biggie, but I've seen like photos.
I'm gonna have him all week, so if you ever want to slide through, you can see him. He's Yorkie. He's 10. He's never been more than 5 pounds. Right now he's like a cute 4.6. And he just has horrible like anxiety, especially when he gets into moving anything. It's really bad. He'll start panting and stuff. And when my mom flew him over here, she just like gave him like dog Dramamine or something like that. But I remember I gave him half of a CBD dog treat.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of the company. I'm so sorry. It comes in a purple bag. They're cool. Gave him half of one, and sweet little baby, he like, I kept trying to put him in his little cage. I was at the pot shop I worked at, and I kept trying to put him in his little cage, and he would keep coming out. Like he'd want to be a part of what was going on. So I put him on the counter, and he'd like lay there, and he could see his eyes just go like,
Nope, getting real tired.
it was so adorable. I'm like, just go to sleep, babe. And like, he was so chill. When we got on the bus, he wasn't freaking out. It was so nice. And I was like, yo, just get him some CBD.
Yeah.
Let this dog enjoy his last 7 to 9 years, because small dogs live
Forever, man.
Me and my mom are like, yes, let's just keep going. Let's keep him going.
I give my little Pablo, he's a 6-pound Maltese, and I give him some CBD because his back gets a little stiff, and man, he's already a super chill dog if we're going out. Like, he loves to hang out with people and see stuff. Riding the bus, his shit. He's just gonna sit on the lap and look at everybody, and if they look at him, he's like, all right, so I'm gonna say, how you doing? What's going on over there? So I've been giving him a little bit of CBD too, just my older dogs, just to, you know, ease whatever discomfort they may have with their bones. But also going off in you know, equine medicine, so pay attention to that.
If you
got horses, but really just think like farm animals, farm medicine, which is like, speaking as a veterinary professional, horrendous. Just the farming industry, if you don't dive and do some research into that, like, you can understand why people become ethically vegan. And so any amount of improvement that cannabis can help, I am here for it. You know, I wish I had the fortitude to just like to be able to go vegan, but I like cheese.
I'm gonna say it. I don't got the ethics to do it. I'm so sorry. The cow that jumped over the moon will become my burger and steak.
Yeah, but I understand and I commend those that do it.
I do hope that they treat him nicely before it becomes my burger and steak, though. I will advocate for that.
Yes, animal welfare.
For sure.
Okay.
So my friend, he actually shared a Forbes article that his friend was being talked about, and basically a way that they're changing cannabis investing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's a black man.
Okay.
C.K. Ballard, SEKEBALLARD. I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong. He's the founder and the CEO of GoodTree Capital. It's a financial technology firm that grants loans to vetted, licensed cannabis companies. And it also allows people to invest in these loans as a way of using their funds to help out entrepreneurs and earn interest in the process. And so using an innovative approach to evaluate credit risk, he's graduated from Harvard Business School.
Okay.
They're revolutionizing the way we invest in cannabis. And so basically, I think you can start with like $100, and that money will go towards like helping someone get their license, and you'll also like essentially get a share in that company.
Oh, that's fucking great. Yeah. So how do they choose? I've got questions now just from that. I mean, that sounds great, and I'm not going to say that, like, you know,
let me preface, I don't know all the answers.
Okay, word. So I would want to dive in to figure out which companies are they investing in on my behalf, because, like, you know, respect is for myself.
You might be able to choose.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he's the black man, and so I'm assuming it's like minority focused.
One can hope.
You never know what you black men
Hey,
black girls too.
hey, I was about to say, you have your right to choose who you be with.
Oh, no. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't care who you sleep with, because y'all know me, I'm here doing my thing. What? But I'm just saying, there's, you know, hotep niggas and hotep bitches who, I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah.
Hate yourself.
I feel like I referenced this in the last podcast episode, but it's so pivotal. Once you realize what is happening to your community, like once you do some research on what has happened, how can you not want to turn around and help those that look like you? Like, how, just, what?
Right. So if not, you look real suspect.
Real suspect. But do you check out Marijuana Business Daily or MJ Biz Daily? Look from LMC Media put me onto them because I've seen them, but he goes to them for like statistics and numbers when you're trying to look into cannabis businesses.
Okay.
So they just dropped a recent article talking about like what companies can learn from the federal legalization of hemp, which is important because that's what we're really focusing on and fighting for in the industry here on out, you know, like
federal,
because what's the point of setting up all of these state markets if you don't get on board? Right now is the trial and error phase, figuring out which system is actually going to work for the, you know, country as a whole.
Right.
So how can we create a model that's working? Hemp is already federal at this point, you know, and so marijuana, that industry can investigate on what is happening. Basically, when it started, it was like 5,000 to 7,000 a pound, and now the average price for a pound of hemp is like 1,000 to 1,500. Like, look at how it dropped. Right. And there's things to pay attention in these trends and how you build your company going forward if you're going to get into the cannabis industry, because they alluded to the fact that it's true that once cannabis becomes federally legal, there's going to be another rush. And so, will you be prepared for that rush and create a business model that will sustain that influx and the volatility of the prices, or will you try to just capitalize?
So you're saying like a rush to get product? So will you have enough product?
No, there's going to be a rush to grow now that it's federally legal. There's going to be a rush to get a license. It's going to be like more people jumping into the industry because it's safe. Overall. Yes, overall.
I'm very excited about it, honestly. Just thinking of Butler's stance, like Ease is going. Yeah, exactly. Triple C stance. Just me as a branding person and my knowledge in shops. I mean, someone reached out to me a couple days ago to help them with some stuff in Illinois. So
fuck yes.
Let's fucking get it. Let's talk. Let's see what we can do, because like I saw that it would happen. Yeah. You know, like the writings are on the wall. Let's just like accept it. The grain rush is already happening, and it's going to get worse when it becomes federally legal. And we are in a position where we
need to act, but you need to act now, and you need to get your shit right.
Or
now.
Not even. We're in a position. Well, that too. But we're in a position, having been here for a couple years in a legal market, working in a legal market, being involved in the legal market, knowing what that's like. We are now assets in all the other places that will become legal as time goes on. So like now is a good time to get on it and just like kind of hone those skills, make those connections.
Learn what you need to learn, read the books, talk to the people, have the conversations.
And like don't undervalue yourself. Like through a year in a shop as a bud tender, you are valuable, you know? Like you could low-key consult if you're doing it right. Especially if you were a shift leader or a manager, or you did inventory, or you worked in production, or whatever the fuck. Like, you have some valuable stuff. Did you take brand photos? You could do some marketing. What's your social media like? You know, like all these different things that will be valuable.
What's your platform?
Right. What can you as a person with cannabis, what can you do? And don't just think growing, don't just think edibles, don't just think shops or producing. Think of the auxiliary businesses that come from it. That's why we're super excited about Budbud. Like Ease is going under. And Ease made they raised a lot of money. I think I told you. They raised a lot of money and they're going under. And so it's like, me and my business partners are like, we are excited. We are so primed. Like we're kind of like, let's get it. You know? Because fuck out of here when it becomes federally legal. Fuck out of here. Like it's you got to think about these
what
things.
You can
we
do.
Want to put y'all on game.
Anyway, so this article is very good. It's part 2. They're on the money when you know the growers and the stuff the growers themselves, like the old head medicinal growers, are talking about. This article is to the minute of what's actually happening in the industry. So I believe it was written by Jeff Smith. Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Smith, for putting your time in.
Smith is a great Ain't it? It is.
Washington too, but you don't want to do that.
Washington State was created to be a white safe haven. Don't argue with me. Argue with Wikipedia.
I'm not talking about Washington the
Oh, no, I
Washington
was.
the name. Oh, okay.
I was
okay.
just saying.
But yep,
We just segued. I just want
segue. Let y'all
We're
know.
here to drop random facts and information.
So on Light Up and Listen, got a few things I wanted to talk about. I just went to the Rhapsody concert.
Yeah, I saw. You had a great time. You had a good spot.
I did have a good spot.
Yeah.
It was a good standing spot. I felt like I was looking into the eyes
so
of the
pretty.
performers for real, and the
She's
makeup
so
is
pretty. Yeah, her
everything.
makeup
in
was
these-
like I almost didn't even realize that was Rhapsody. Like when she had her hair down in that jumpsuit, I was like, oh, it must be the opening act. And then I was like, oh, that's her. Like, she's so pretty. Yeah.
But like commanded the crowd's attention.
Oh, for sure.
Like played with your emotions, and then just spit the bars to the beat. The two opening acts, lovely. It was a Nicole Victoria. She has a new album called Boutique Hotel. It's like that old school R&B with a lot of runs.
Okay.
So it's not, I have to be in the mood to listen to that.
Right.
But her beat choices to sing R&B on top of made me want to have a conversation with her.
Okay.
Because the beats were fire.
Okay.
And then Sa Rock, and it's SA-ROC was the next one. And she's another rapper that has been with Rhapsody for, I guess they've all been together for a while. She was sick, you know what I mean? Like up there walking around, she's like, I have a hoarse voice, and still flowing and getting people to, you know, join in and clap and sing along. It was a very interactive crowd. I really rocked with it. The Crocodile is a dope location.
I love that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you had a good spot. When I go to the Crocodile, I get there hella early. That's just how I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I go all the way over to the sidewall because there's a bench.
Yep, and you can
And I
stand
sit
on
there
it.
and then I stand on it when the show starts. Yeah, so that way I'm sitting the whole time chilling. I usually get buddied up with the people on the bench. That way I can come and go to the bathroom because I gotta pee. And I can get my drinks and we eat pizza. And then when the show starts, you stand up on the bench and then it's just you and the performer and y'all are like locked eyes.
For sure.
That was me all last year.
I went to the Dream.
Okay.
And it was very similar.
Yeah.
And you're so close. Like I threw a joint on stage for the Dream. You know what I mean?
Same. Like you're close, but it's not like too close because you still got the people in between you. But like a performer,
Their sound system is
it's
awesome.
popping in there.
Like you get audio from up above you. Like it feels like the performer's talking in your ear. Oh my goodness.
I love the Crocodile.
I want to talk about the Princess Nokia album, which is what I was playing when we were just vibing in here. Well, it's not even an album. I would say she dropped 2 records. One of them is called Life is Beautiful, and the other one is Everything Sucks. And it was definitely a journey.
Okay.
And I don't know, how'd you feel about it? What you was listening to when I had
I enjoyed it. I thought it was popping.
Yeah, and that was her Everything is Beautiful album, and that's more upbeat obviously and cheery, and you can hear her diving into like the duality of her nature, because I think she's a Gemini, and so that's why there's 2. I don't know, I was trying to listen to what she was actually saying, so go check out her albums.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that was my point. But what I wanted to talk about, which I got tickets to, is that R&B only. Have you heard of Colors on YouTube?
I know what you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
because Ed sent me that, and then plus I see the link, like the ad for it all the time on my Insta and on my Facebook.
You're really good at promoting.
Low key wanna go.
It's gonna be a good time.
But I'm also like, don't wanna go by myself. And like, I know like we could go as a group.
Yeah.
But that's not what I mean.
You want, it's an R&B night. You want to go dance and have a good time.
I mean, and it's not like I couldn't find someone to go with. Like,
But you want to go with someone.
But I just want to make sure I go.
Yeah.
If I go, I'm going with someone who I will have a good time with. And it's like kind of some time from now until then. And just with my luck, like, knock on wood, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Got 2 real nice prospects going right now. But like,
Play
just
the
with
game.
my luck, like,
Yeah.
we get tickets and then like some shit happens. Because for some reason I just like find.
So do you go by yourself? Like, I ain't worried. I'm going by myself. I am single, and I'm going to dance and shake my ass and have a good time.
I go to concerts by myself, but like this just feels like a very
coupley
deal. Time. And what I don't want to do is be around couples.
Oh.
If I'm not
Yeah.
with a couple.
I'm gonna have enough weed to deal with that. And hopefully there's a cute girl in the crowd that wants to dance.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
Yes, exactly.
I like a guaranteed good time.
I've also no, you're not wrong. But I've had experiences where you plan to have a guaranteed good time, and they fuck up that good time.
For
they
sure.
just fuck it all the way up.
For sure.
All the way up.
For sure. I trust me on that. It's you take a risk either way.
Yeah, exactly. But I get it. Spend your money where you want to. Burna Boy is coming to Seattle. I believe it's May 18th.
Okay. Yeah, I think Kitchener is a week after.
Ooh, y'all taking all my money. Seattle is such a great spot to see music.
Take my coins. And the internet is teasing me.
Stop it.
They're making new music.
Oh, of course.
So I'm
when is the tour?
Keeping my peepers open for that. Sid, hey, let's make it a repeat, baby. Let's get it. Come my way.
That concert was amazing.
Sid?
Yeah, well,
or the
internet. But
amazing. Front row center. I was crying the whole time.
I'll join you the next one.
I'm not playing no games. Steve Lacy, like I went to see him last year, and he was chill. But I was like, I didn't have to be all the way up to the front because he was doing the Apollo album. And the Apollo album's good, but I'm not all the way in love with it. But I also knew he was going to do some of the demo at the end, and he did. He's amazing. And especially just listen to Steve Lacy's demo.
Okay.
It's like 12 minutes, 5 different songs, smackers, each and every one of them. Some is such a good song. And then Dark Red is also amazing. It was so slick. He did Dark Red last, and he knew that was like his most popular song. And he like just kind of like went right into it to the point where like people were like, oh wait, what's happening? like we had already finished the first verse, and then we were like, oh wait, he's really doing Dark Red. Like like when a song comes on, you just know it, you just jam, and then you're like, oh what? No, hold up. And then he like repeated it. He was like, oh no, let me run that back. And I was like,
y'all didn't catch it. Speaking of, let's make a deep dive at Usher's little Confessions 3 performance.
I haven't heard it. What do you think about it though? Because I haven't heard it because I'm concerned. Exactly. I haven't heard it because I feel like it's unnecessary. The Confessions album is you can put it in a museum. I didn't need a part 3. I don't need to know about if it's a girl's side, it's supposed to be the girl's side of you, right? I think that's what I heard.
Is it?
Because if it is, let a girl sing.
Let Summer Walker.
Because that would have been hotter if Summer Walker did it.
Let Summer Walker sing it. Yeah, but when I heard it, it seemed just like him telling the rest of the tale of what happened to the situation. Because,
so we had the baby, and like I don't even know.
Like yeah, and I got something permanent and blah blah blah. Blah. Yeah, it's all in there. He's like, you don't even know what I told you, huh? No, I heard it. I just didn't get the point of you telling it to me.
I don't.
What
need
are you confessing?
I don't need any of this.
You got too much time on your hands.
I already heard the second part.
Tokyo Jets. She just dropped a track. I need to look up who it is. It's SODD.
Tokyo Jets.
Six Flags. Like she's from Florida, so
okay.
Ratchet rap, and I like it. But she got bars though. I think she was signed to T.I. or so for something like that. Okay. They must have had something.
Yeah. That's how I know that name. It sounds familiar. You know, I'm always in the gay club now, girl. So I think the latest song I've heard was fucking Lady Gaga's new song, which is bad.
The new song is bad?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. It's called Stupid Love, and I just wasn't a fan. It feels unfinished. I don't know how old it is.
Lilo.
Oh, I love
that's
Tokyo Vanity.
Right? This is a song to twerk. It's gonna hit virally. It is hitting virally. Not gonna hit virally.
I don't know
how
new this song is, but I added it to my drag playlist I think a week or so ago, and it's by Kamaya and Trina. It's called Set It Up.
Trina's the shit.
It's so good. So good. One of the lines is, I'ma spend a rack for every bitch that he been texting. That's Kamaya.
I was about to say, it sounds like a Trina
And Kamaya has another song called 1-800 I'm Horny. With Too Short talking.
Okay.
So you have to listen to that one.
Of course. I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that supported and came out, especially, Triple C.
Oh, shout out to me.
For Baked and Blessed, because it was such a amazing experience to just like see the faces in the room and like just see like I don't know, there's usually a lot of walls, and like once it really got started and people understood the message and point of the event, like those walls dropped. Yeah. And they just started interacting and enjoying the food and just having a party. So what I wanted to happen happened. Justin's performance, amazing.
He did really good.
An acapella. Yeah, an acapella.
That was an acapella.
Well, it wasn't. You're right. There was a DJ in the background.
You're about to lie.
I was about to lie.
Acapella. He just had no mic.
Yeah. Ernesto Barra, his artwork on the walls just livened up the house. They literally made the space kind of seem new and brighter.
Shout out to Mama cooking that.
Oh yes, Miss Nelson.
Miss Nelson, please, can I come over?
Actually, I'm going there.
So
I'm going there.
I love her. So tell her
great.
I said hello.
I will.
I love her.
I will. I need to have her on this podcast because she'll talk some shit.
Oh
my goodness.
She is a treasure. Don't do that. So.
Fronto Wave, Zaz, Astro, Golden Grams, Jeremy that was serving up dabs, Kenny that was serving up dabs, Hetty Broker for bringing through the inventory, LMC Media for recording it all, Cousin It, and the Bass Wave for the sounds. Just everyone made it an amazing experience. And most importantly, Hyperbole and Justin. Oh man, thank y'all. Hype House is the spot. You know what I mean? Like, too much history there, and it should never be forgotten. So I wanted to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I didn't even talk about. I didn't
show off your sweater.
I didn't show off my sweater or talk about it.
Show off my shirt.
Okay. Slap your local faces. Do it.
Get Trump out of office.
But Turk Boy, this is Turk Boy Creation. He hooked it up for me.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is soon to be sold. If y'all interested in what it looks like, you know, holla at your girl. All right. I think we covered just about everything. So it's dope that you took the time to have a J with us. Until the next session. Just remember, we're two functional potheads out here trying to bring the light and truth about cannabis. So stay baked.